Today I am painting Sunflowers of Provence. I have started at the top with a wash of pure Aurelin, and then I've gone into a joining wash of Aurelin and Scarlet Lake, coming down to the horizon level. I'm using a number 10 point brush at the moment. I'm carefully painting around where the little cottage is. You can see the materials I've used in the links, but these are Fabriano 140-pound paper, rough, and Winsor & Newton artist quality paints, and brushes mainly by Utrecht and Dick Blick. And now I'm putting in a wash from the top of pure Winsor Blue. A fairly uncomplicated sky with wet in wet wash. The paints at first look quite dark, but when they dry, they do look much more faint. And I'm using the hairdryer, as I often do, to help dry that process. So now I'm putting in a light color of yellow with a little bit blue added to show the green hills in the background. Coming down to the hedgerow area near the horizon. And then these cedar trees, which are typical of Provence, are being blocked in with that same colour of Aurelin and Winsor Blue, made very light, because I start off light as an underpainting for the cypress trees, and then I will add darker mixture of those colours to give body and depth and shadows to the trees. These are very typical trees of France and Provence in particular. And then there's little hedgerow at the top of the hill, which we're putting in now with the darker version, using a number 4 brush at the moment. Now, on this occasion, the sun is coming from the right to the left. So also, please remember, you'll see a little pop-up there to like and subscribe, because if you do that, subscribe, you'll get to see future videos. They'll be sent to you as a notification. And the more subscribers we have, the more we go up the list for viewings. And it's all free. And now I'm continuing to add the darker areas in the cypress trees, gradually building up body and depth. I'm making sure that the brush strokes follow the pattern of the various branches. Here are the colours that I've been mentioning, and I would also add that I've got some sap green that I'm using occasionally to mix the colours. Now I'm blocking in the orange tile roof of the little cottage at the farm with blue doors and windows. And as mentioned, the sun is coming from the right, and therefore the left area of the little farm cottage will be in shadow. And you'll see that build up more solidly as we progress in the tutorial. A mixture of the Winds and Blue and Light Red or Winds and Blue and Scarlet Lake will achieve the shadow wash that you need. Still using a number 4 brush, coming in with some darker colour, orangey colour for the roof tiles, and just do a few lines to tell a story. You don't need to painstakingly paint in every single tile, etc. When doing roofs or even when doing brickwork, don't need to paint them all in. The front of the little farmyard cottage is white, so that's been left, and that will sing out compared to the other darker colours around. Now add in some colour to the hedgerows, and you'll see that those hedgerows are going to also have some nice red flowers within them. Add a little bit more interest. Now the distant fields, I'm leaving a tiny white slither where you get near the cottage and hedgerow, and a reel-in wash with the green coming in, and then getting darker still. So sap green on this occasion added with the reel-in. You could do a reel-in and Windsor blue. You could experiment and vary and see what effects you get. So just laying that in, because this is going to be an underpainting where we will be having a massive field of sunflowers. So lighter at the top of the field, gradually getting darker, and darkest nearest to you. For the sunflowers, I'm going to, on this occasion, I don't do it always, but I'm going to have some liquid white and some titanium white and some yellow. You can choose Indian yellow or Rillin or whatever. I've got Indian yellow because it's more stark. Don't forget to make your comments to us below on any ideas, suggestions you have for future tutorials. That's very helpful to us, and we'll do what we can to incorporate those suggestions. So the distant sunflower field only, of course, shows the flowers very small and just indications of them. And then, as you can see, we've come forward a little bit. We just do bunches and bunches of those with no massive amount of detail. But within the middle of each sunflower, the darker areas, the seeded areas, which we're just dropping in now, tiny in the distance. And for that, initially, I was using number 1 and number 2 brush. Now gone back to my number 4, and I've got that mixture I mentioned to you with the white and the yellow. Just doing underpaintings of the closest sunflowers, just as the general shapes, and then later on we'll make them more defined. And dropping in the seeded areas in the middle. You can add some more white to the mixture that you have to emphasize the petals a little bit more. Now we've progressed. You see, we've done those. They've nicely shaped, and I'm putting in the stalks of those and the leaves and I've done some green but added some white on top, and then go back into green again, and it makes the leaves look really realistic. Just finishing off now. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. As I say, please comment with your suggestions for future ones, and also like and subscribe. Appreciate you watching this. Hope you've enjoyed it. Bye for now.